Ignacio Martín-Baró, or Nacho, was a Jesuit priest, philosopher, and martyr who dedicated his life to faith, justice, and the transformation of communities shattered by war. Nacho's journey reveals a deep commitment to living the Paschal Mystery, a life shaped by suffering, death, and resurrection, in service to those on the margins of society. Born in Spain in 1942, Nacho was raised in a family that instilled in him a deep respect for discipline and faith. As a child, he was observant, intelligent, and curious, traits that would define his life's work. While he adhered strictly to rules and structure, Nacho's compassionate side blossomed in his friendships, where he learned to balance seriousness with joy. His academic journey began in Colombia, where he studied philosophy. There, Nacho's love for learning flourished as he began writing his own philosophical ideas. His path to priesthood led him to teach philosophy in El Salvador, where his encounters with students and communities deepened his understanding of the region's struggles. Still, Nacho yearned for more knowledge, so he pursued further studies at the University of Chicago. It was here that his ideas gained an international platform, as his academic and faith-based approach merged into a powerful voice for justice. Nacho's passion for research and writing became the cornerstone of his life's mission. He wasn't drawn to administrative roles, but preferred to immerse himself in the analysis of human behavior, social structures, and his faith. His groundbreaking work in social philosophy explored the impact of violence, war, and oppression on a collective mental health, and he used these insights to advocate for justice and healing. This dedication, however, came at a great personal cost. Nacho's unwavering stance against the Salvadorian military's oppression made him a target. His office was bombed while he was working on a social philosophy textbook. Despite 6 attempts on his life, he continued his work until November 16, 1989, when he and 6 fellow Jesuits were brutally assassinated by Salvadorian military. Their deaths became a symbol of the price of speaking truth to power. Nacho's faith was not confined to the walls of the academic or the church. He believed that discipleship meant walking along the poor and the oppressed. In a country ravaged by war, Nacho established a rehabilitation center for children traumatized by violence. Through arts and community activities, he provided a space for healing and growth. His work extended to empowering Salvadorians to discuss truth amidst the lies spread by oppressive regimes. By creating platforms for public opinion research, Nacho helped ordinary people reclaim their voices and challenge the narratives imposed by the powerful. This was not just academic work, it was an act of faith and solidarity. One example of Nacho's compassion was his response to a young girl who attempted suicide outside of his office. Nacho didn't just save her life physically, he listened to her story, shared a meal with her, and gave her a place to work and stay. This act of love and hope exemplified his belief in the transformation of care and community. Living the Paschal Mystery means embracing suffering, acting with love, and believing in the promise of the resurrection. Nacho did this every day. He recognized that the wounds of the war could not be healed at the individual level alone. His workshops addressed collective trauma, helping communities rebuild trust, foster resilience, and envision a future beyond violence. Central to Nacho's philosophy was his challenge to the normalization of violence. He believed that the greatest tragedy of war was how easily societies became desensitized to brutality. Through his faith and research, Nacho called people to resist this normalization and to see the humanity in one another. In doing so, he modeled what it means to make the kingdom of God visible on earth. Nacho's legacy continues to inspire. His life teaches us that justice requires action, faith requires courage, and healing requires solidarity. He showed us how to confront systems of oppression, support those on the margins, and nurture hope in the face of despair. By following his example, we too can live the Paschal Mystery, embracing life's struggles and working towards transformation. Let us remember Ignacio Martín-Baró not just as a scholar or a priest, but as a man who lived his faith through action. In his words, the tragedy of war is the normalization of violence. May his life remind us that love, truth, and justice are the greatest tools we have to heal a broken world.